Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Carnivores Plus, where we're going back in and we're going to continue to see more of Morrison's maze if we can. So make sure that's selected first. Yeah, I'm going to take all the little modifiers to keep helping us along. I mean, we can basically just do a full roster, so I guess that's really our best option here, isn't it? And we're going to hop in, see how it goes. Everything's all loaded up, so let's not waste time in the menu. We've got hunting to do, and we're going to keep shorter episodes, just so that way we can keep putting them out at higher render qualities. So that looks good. Let's hop on in. Okay, so we're all loaded in here now. It looks like we're actually in the western half of the map. We have, basically, you can sort of see right where the salt flat is there. It kind of goes with the river upwards. We've never actually been in this half of the map, so we'll see what mysteries and secrets might lie around in here. Also be careful if there's anything too close. And you guys will probably, well, have noticed already the difference in audio quality, or how it sounds a bit, and secondly, even microphone placement. The reason for that is I'm trying to figure out just some more tweaks to make the videos a little, perhaps, easier to watch and a little more engaging. And one of the ways I'm going to try doing that is a different way I do the effects in Audacity. I'm using a, what's it called, compressed dynamics filter. So, to me, it makes it sound like I'm more full when I'm talking right to the microphone. It sort of gives you almost like this distancing effect a little more. The only issue with that, however, is if I place the microphone in front of me and I turn to talk here, it doesn't pick up as well. So I'm hoping I'm trying to get like a good average in between, if you will. Something that'll kind of work both ways and keep more of like a fullness you almost seem to feel with the audio when it's done through that method. I mean, I don't think the previous steps I was doing was bad per se, but I do think that it was maybe a little bit softer voice and almost kind of, I don't want to say hollow, but it feels like the voice wasn't quite as full as it is using the stuff now. So I'm hoping that kind of helps. Oh, hello. What do we got up there? You're something pretty different. Oh, you are both. Oh, Lord. Okay, I know the comments were saying that we should be on lookout for an ambient animal, and I think we found it. So we're just going to get our way... Oh. Now, we're definitely going to go investigate the sauropods, but I just saw a hunting opportunity kind of stroll nearby. So we're going to try to get that if we can. Yeah, it's just a pachycephalosaur, so it shouldn't be too bad as long as we can get that mortal zone, which I'm pretty sure it's just the spine. I know it's not the head, per se. I mean, it's the hard-headed dino. We want to get it on the backbone. There we go. Nice, easy. Take that first one down. Okay. We got some points, so let's go get a little bit of tourists, or sightseeing in. We're basically tourists on the map, after all. And these are definitely in reference... At least I'm fairly positive these are reference to Walking with Dinosaurs. Because all of Morrison's maze has Easter eggs towards some of the episodes Walking with Dinosaurs that feature the Diplodocus. And I'm more than likely these guys... Probably not, like, officially Diplodocus, but pretty darn close. I know the Walking with Dinosaurs ones had the very distinct tiny spines that you see all along their backs. This is really cool to stumble across. I gotta admit, the Carnivores Plus maps just continue to surprise with both design and ambience included to them. Now, they don't appear from, like, the names as we use the binoculars to them, but yeah, definitely in reference to Walking with Dinosaurs. Like, the effort put into have ambience like this is just stunning. Not to mention all the animations for these guys, too, because they are fully and truly animated. They might not have any calls or make any sounds, but they definitely add to just the feeling that there's a lot more to the reserve than what you can hunt. Reserve, I'm talking like this is called the wild. I meant the map. I mean, in some ways, I guess they're little hunting reserves, but I meant in the map, per se. Anyway, we are going to just leave them be because, you know what, we'll take a little bit more sightseeing because they are so good. The textures, they don't look that stretched out, like, even coming up close, where you might see more of, like, the issues that are, it's sort of like those kind of pixelated pictures in a way. When you're further back out, they look clear and fine and that, but as you get closer and closer, you start seeing the individual parts. Even on these guys, I mean, you can see a little bit of stretching or that, but it takes having to get pretty close in before you really notice it, so I gotta give very, very well done on these. Oh, almost have one pecking us in the head. Didn't mean to actually accidentally stand in front of them like that, but yeah, this is a really, guess even a juvenile of sorts. This is a really good find. Oh, I think that was actually perhaps sound from these guys. Maybe they do make noise. I'm not certain, but I have to say, very, very interesting to see and really cool additions onto a map. So we still looks like have a ways to go through this south area here, and then I can see to the north there's a few things too. Like way at the very north of the map it almost reminds me of like the High from Mandibles, where there's a lot of rocky outcrops, but you can sort of see something's in there. I don't know if those are like pools of water or something else, so it might not be this episode, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot more content here on Morrison's Maze, so we're going to definitely try to see everything we can in time. It's just that there's so much, I don't want to just sort of like skim over things. I'd like to be a little more thorough and in-depth to truly show off and just capture what this mod has in offer. But yeah, it's really, really... it's very good. That's as simple as I can put it. It's very good. And as always, if you guys do want to try the mods out for yourself, there's always the description to whatever mod I'm using in the... or there's the download link to the mod I'm using in the description. I'm getting my words all jumbled because I'm just awestruck by that. But yeah, I've got the download link always in the description for the Carnivores mods. If you guys do need as well, I did put up a install guide for Mandibles. All the mods basically follow sort of the same format of how I installed Mandibles, so I do have a video of that too. If you guys do need it, just leave a comment and I'll link you the description, or link the video to ya. So just to help you out in case more people want to get involved or try out Carnivores and the series and the mods. Because I'm a person who don't look down on the message because of the medium it's delivered by. Like, don't shoot down something like Carnivores because it doesn't look the best or the greatest or what have you. It still has some superb hunting moments and experiences in it, and I would suggest if you are a little curious or interested to really give it a try. Oh, Triceratops, you are on the roster. I don't think we've actually... no, we did take down some of them. I think it was on the very first map. And then there's I know there's also another Easter egg to find back on Basmachi Rocks. Maybe we'll squeeze it in this episode. We'll see what we kind of find towards the tail end. Ooh. Okay, we're actually getting pretty good shots off this episode. Packy in one shot, Triceratops in one shot. I was kind of guessing the mortal zone was around the eye again, just because a lot of talks recently on some videos have been about the mortal zones for the trikes, so... very good to see we actually got that one. And yeah, so we'll kind of just do a little loop down and around, and if we get to the 15-minute mark and we don't really have too much to do... oh. Hello? You're curious. I was going to say, when we get to the 15-minute mark, we may head back to Basmachi Rocks and try to find the Mandibles Easter egg. I think they were saying... it was Middle Island or something around the center of the map? I can't remember for sure. Maybe we'll keep hunting here and then we'll do a little mini thing on the start of the next episode to show it off, just so that way I don't want the videos to run too long because of the kind of further step up I've done for upload quality. Because otherwise it takes the mods from like 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, I think it's around 4 to 5 hours now if I have even just like a 15 to 20 minute episode of Carnivores, so... not super long, but when you're trying to keep the channel updated with new videos every day, it does kind of give you a little bit of crunch time, especially when I try not to do a new recording until after the previous video's gone live. That way any feedback, comments, etc. I can incorporate right into next week, so you guys do feel like it's not just not like you're watching an arbitrary TV show. You have input, you have say, you can see that it's being heard and listened to. Brachiosaurus basically got his own little private pool. And I have no idea what that's in reference to. I feel like it's an Easter egg to something, I just don't know what. But I don't know if we'll really see anything else down to the south. Now, I'm going to do a little loop around because last time I went climbing around the mountains, we got stuck last week. So we're going to try to avoid that this week. And we're just going to go north and see what we can spot. But yeah, I'm going to save the Basmachi Easter egg for another video, just that way I don't spend too long running around in circles trying to find it, and then it's kind of loses the some of the merit that it deserves. No. Oh, just the Dimorphodon flying around, yeah. Okay, yes, we're going to make our way north. And I may do more night hunting in some of the mods, or maybe even some dawn hunts, but I'll see what you guys say in the comments or what you'd like to see. The reason I don't really like the night hunts are because so much of the art and so much of the effort just kind of gets completely hidden with how the night hunts work, because it basically puts you in that night vision mode, so you don't see all the colors and differences, and nothing really super stands out as much as it does in just regular daylight. And then the issue I have with dawn hunting is that right there, is you get a lot more of the like screen flares, which can be hard to play and watch, I'm sure. So that's why I usually like sticking to hunting during just regular days, so you can see the map in all of its various colors. There's no burning flashes or burning flares from the sun. Just kind of probably the best of all worlds experience. Oh, you're just kind of walking around. Yeah, so we'll just keep making our way north a bit. We've had quite a bit of good luck so far, so I'm going to go for a little bit of a run, see if we can just kind of scoot up around this area faster. You can definitely hear all the ambience in this little valley. Oh. Okay, just Gallimimus. I was a little worried, because the Velociraptors are still probably the one dinosaur that's really going to get us in this map. I do have them active. I also have the Allosaurus. The Allosaurus, I think, though, you have much better of a chance against, because it's a lot slower moving. The Allosaurus, you'll generally be able to see a lot sooner, and it usually, I think, does its pounces a lot more often. Or at least I've found so far in the mod. And the pounces are the easiest thing to sort of dodge against. They basically are coded to go that distance, and only after like a moment once they've landed, they'll start trying to running and then do a loop back. It's when they don't pounce that it's much more difficult to try to dodge out of the way of anything. Okay, that was a pretty long ambience there. We are also might be a little close to the comment, I think, called them Diplodocus or something like that. I think they're supposed to inspire the Diplodocus, and I don't... The calls we might be hearing right now were probably in reference again to Walking with Dinosaurs, but I can't be sure. It's just I really do miss the way that Discovery Channel used to be, because that was... Well, we were on basic cable, and that was basically where I got my fill of so much of my information from, and like documentaries like Walking with Dinosaurs, stuff like that. And to see what it's become, it's just like... It almost like taints the legacy in a way. Oh, hello. Stegosaurus up there. You can see my focus is... It's almost like a dog with squirrel. It's... Squirrel! Just snap like that. Oh, yeah, that's... It's like tainting the legacy of what you remember when you see all the crap that's on there now. Like, are reality shows really doing this well, or are you just jumping on this horrible bandwagon thinking that you're going to do good? Oh, like, another one that really has gone downhill, in my opinion, is Shark Week. Shark Week used to be really good. It was both informative and entertaining. Now it's just... It seems to have lost sight of itself. Like, I think the last time I looked at what the Shark Week schedule was, it was all about the shark attacks. There was very little actually about, like, information and discussion and education about sharks, their various species, stuff like that to them. And it completely ruins the message that Shark Week should be trying to put across there. You want to promote shark conservation, not show off all these attacks and records of attacks and stuff like that. It's just sad how far it's fallen, in my opinion. Oh, holy crap, we're actually really close to you. I was hoping we would have gotten the headshot off easy. There we go. Stego still poses a little bit of a problem for our headshots, but we at least got it down. So, how are we doing? Yeah, time will go for a little bit longer. Probably long enough for something to come along and ruin our hunt, but we'll see. One of the nice things about having so many animals selected for your roster... Okay, I heard footsteps. I don't know where they were. Well, the nice things about having a varied dinosaur roster or a hunt roster, I think, is that it also helps you decrease the chance of the carnivores that'll spawn in. Like, if you have, as I have selected, like, the first 5, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, actually, 6. Only the Allosaurus and the Velociraptor will really come after and go, like, try to get you down. So having that many options, I think, will lower the amount they might actually be spawning on the map. I could be completely talking out my rear end here, though, but I just feel like it kind of increases more to dilute them if you have more animals selected on the hunt screen. Yeah, you can hear some really interesting things. And then we still have to figure out where we've got to explore. I still want to do a little bit more in the Redwood Forest area to the northwest there. And then there's still, again, the entire crater area, and even some of the surrounding stuff to it as well. There's a lot really to see on Morrison's Maze, and I love a map like this. Because one of the things about some of the Carnivores maps is you're going to spend a long time on them because of how long it takes to get points. But a map that is this varied and this unique and diverse, you won't mind that because you could almost find like new subsections to hunt, new things to see. You're constantly discovering new, so it doesn't feel like it wears itself out or wears itself out too quickly, or stuff like that. I know Jurassic Park Revolution with Isla Pena's the first island, you run into that pretty quickly. It's just that little landing strip that you've always seen everything on with a few passes, and you're just there until you eventually work up and get the points to move off there. I really got handed to the maze. I still think this map could carry a mod on its back. It's like Far North, where... I mean, Far North's map can get a little monotonous in certain areas, but there are still some breakups to, like, the glacier in the north and the super rugged cliffs to the south that will help break up the feeling of the map, so... It's just... You can tell the heart that's been put into it, and it just feels so good to play on. But before we have another hunt that ends in failure, let's actually head back and tally these points up and see how we're doing. Because I think this will be a nice little chunk to build up with. Okay, so we're back here in the menu, and as you guys can see, probably didn't really get that much higher. I think one of the big things will be because of the cover scent and the camouflage, because that's going to be 35% of the points we're losing out on because of those. Oh, excuse me. But I do feel they help a lot for when it comes to my low skill level of hunting. Because it is a lot easier getting in to get some of these mortal zone shots. As you saw, we got the Pachy down in a shot, the Triceratops in a shot. The Stego was my embarrassment, I apologize, but you can see we are improving and slowly getting the hang of it, so maybe that's what we need right now. It's just that slow go to keep our momentum building up and experience with it. But for now, we are going to leave this episode here. Next week, I am going to try to find the Mandibles Easter egg in the other map to start the video off with. And then from there, probably back Morrison's Maze. There's just so much to see in the map. But thank you guys for joining me on another episode of the series. If you do like it, be sure to give it a like, or if you have any comments, tips, tricks, or Easter egg locations, be sure to leave them down below. I always try to respond to feedback as soon as I can, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video or episode. Please remember, as always, survivors and hunters, to take care and stay alive.